This is how it starts. Get blades in the oven for heat treat. Got two in there. Doing some blades with my friend Mario. That's got to get to 2200 degrees. It's gonna suck. We will see how long this takes. Here's the thing. We're at 1025 and it's 824. And this always looks promising. But it's the last little bit. This was gonna get to, it's gonna get to like 1500 degrees and it's gonna take it forever to inch its way up to 2200. So we'll see what this takes. But then the problem is, folks, oven 2, these sit in here and they soak at 1000 degrees and inch their way up to 2200. This is that heat treat that I told you me and Elliot do for 20 CV that he showed me for this 20 CV. So you take it to 2200 degrees and then you quench it on quench plates. And then they have to go into this oven at 1000 degrees for 2 hours, twice. So just for this, it's 4 hours. So it just depends on how this oven feels, on how long it's going to decide it wants to take to do heat treat. And I have 2 more knives to grind. And I don't have, they're in this box. And I got a sneaking suspicion the way I feel today, they might not happen. 1876. It's been sitting there for a little bit like that. 9:30. It's been about an hour. Oh, there it went. There it goes. There you go. There you go. It's good. All right. Every once in a while it'll jump up a few degrees. Check back in a little bit. So, folks, it's 10 o'clock and we are at 2200 degrees, and so that you can see what 2200 degrees looks like. Oh no. That's what it looks like. It's hot in there. So I have got to get the quench plates ready, pull those blades out, and quench them. So I'm gonna get ready to start doing that here in just a few minutes. So this doesn't fall off the floor, fall off onto the floor. So yeah, so that's about how long it takes. That's about how long it takes to get you from in one of these heat treat ovens to 2200 degrees, which is where we're at. So heat treat takes a long time, and that's one of the steps of making knives. And when people ask why knives are so expensive, that's one of the reasons, because you just pretty much have got to sit here. Now, I was grinding some knives, and yes, I kind of have been doing some other things that I could be doing in the interim, but basically you just got to kind of around and sit around and babysit stuff. So, all right guys, so what you didn't see in that video, because everybody started showing up at the shop, it got busy, I stopped videotaping. The stuff you didn't see was that once I quenched those knives that were in there at 2200 degrees, and it took about 2.5 hours, I think. It took from 8 to about 10:30 to get those knives to 2200 degrees, to get them out, quench them. And I had a knife warp. I was kind of upset. You take 2 plates and you kind of pinch in between. That's how, when you do quench plates, you can kind of keep stuff from warping a little bit that way. But the problem is it takes 2.5 hours there. But what you didn't see is there's a whole nother cycle. That oven that's sitting next to that is set for the temper. So after you pull those out, and you quench them, and then you let them sit and get to room temperature. Then you have to set the other oven up and set it up for the temper, which you run through 2 cycles. Two 2-hour cycles. So you set it, you have to let it get to its temperature, which was for that specific heat treat is 2 hours. And so 2 hours, but to get to 1,000 degrees, you saw how long it took to get to 1,000 degrees. It takes about 45 minutes in that oven. It takes about 45 minutes to get to 1,000 degrees. So 45 minutes plus 2 hours, and it has to sit there for 2 hours. Then you have to take them out of the oven and set them down and let them cool off. And then reset the oven so that you can set another cycle of 2 hours at 1,000 degrees. So you open the oven up and you put the now cool knives back in for another 2-hour cycle. Now, granted, the oven kind of only cools down to about 700 degrees, so it doesn't take as long. But basically, you're looking at about 2.5, 3 hours, depending on what temperature the shop is when you start. 2.5, 3 hours to get it to 2,200 degrees, sometimes longer. I've seen it take a lot longer. It depends on what kind of mood the oven is in. And then another at least 4.5, maybe 5 hours for the temper. So you're looking all total at about 7 hours. 7 hours that you're basically, if you didn't have anything else you were doing that day, that's a whole day. So when people ask why custom knife makers charge so much, there's times where they spend a whole day just babysitting a fucking electric oven. That's it. That's it. I having learned some of this stuff from Elliot, I have a complete and utter new respect for some of the things that custom knife makers do. It's a whole new respect for the stuff that they do. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that video. I just wanted to throw that in the end of the video. I had intended to video the entire heat treat process, but like I said, it got busy and I started doing some stuff, and then beer happened. Beer happens at Elliot's shop sometimes. It does. I start the new job next Friday. I actually went shopping for big boy grown-up clothes. Yeah, I had to have some big boy grown-up clothes. I didn't have enough pairs of slacks and things like that. I just needed something because I'm going to have to wear them every day now. So, I'm happy. I'm excited. It's a new challenge. So, challenges are a good thing, especially when you initiate them yourself. So, all right, yeah, just wanted to throw that in. I did want to do this as a video. Robert Bodiger's on his way to the house here shortly. We're going to do another collaboration video. I'm drinking beer right now in preparation. I might be sharpening his knife. We may actually videotape me sharpening his... If you remember, he had the V2 Megalodon that he was nesting some 45 casings in. It is done, and it is gorgeous, and I am upset that it's not mine. I'm getting one. He's making me one. We worked out an arrangement. I'm getting a knife. I'm getting one of his knives. I sharpen a lot of his knives. It's basically a mutual arrangement. I sharpen a lot of his knives because he wants like the best possible thing going out the door, and I want one of his knives badly. I bid on one. I just didn't have $1,000 to throw into it when the one that I wanted jumped up to 1,000. So we are going to work that deal out here shortly. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this beer. He said he's finishing up cleaning his apartment and then heading this way. So you guys are gonna get to see that video here a little bit later. So yeah, but I'll throw this video up and you guys can see. I'm gonna probably stop monetizing my videos. If YouTube is gonna continue to throw fucking bullshit ads in the middle of stuff, I'm not gonna subject you guys to that. Fuck that. There's no more monetizing my videos. The only reason I ever monetized my videos was it gave me a feel for, how you guys were watching my videos. I'm not gonna fucking subject you guys to that. I think that's bullshit.
if anything, I may even actually, if they're going to continue to do crap like that, I will move my channel to VidMe, and I will share my link to that with you guys. I'm going to see about setting up a VidMe channel. I'm pretty upset about that whole new thing. So, yeah, I will holler at you guys later. This is just real quick. I wanted to get that done. All right, later.